We have two major advances now in our right balance community. This is February 2019. The first one I'm going to show you is posture. So first of all, if your student is square, and they will be if they've done the plank to play that you're going to see here in a bit, the back of my core controls, see, as I make a step forward, how square I am, controls basically my step forward. You can take a look. You'll see when I take a step back, everything stays square. As soon as my core is disrupted, for example, this way I would have a rotation of my pelvis to the left, and this way my rotation of the pelvis would be to the right. So a step back is an evaluation really of the front of the core. A step forward is an evaluation of the front of the core on the horizontal plane. So if you look at me, here I have my 9 core regions listed here. And if you watch me as I step onto each of these, you'll notice how square I am. Now you've seen the validation. So notice how I stay absolutely square. You've seen the validation of posture. So the validation, for example, I'm on 0 and 9. 9 is my furthest most point of my core, upper core. And so if I set my posture, just bend from the hips, add a little bit of knee flex, and you'll notice how square my hips are. So that's my upper core set. So with my upper core set, you'll notice my hips stay square. Interestingly, if I go set my posture a little more forward, add knee flex, my hips are still square. So this is not a good reflection of, and I can go deeper and deeper and deeper into this setup. My hips do not change position. And so it's a understanding of how to set posture, but not how much spine angle or how much thigh angle. Thigh angle is always equal to the power or carrying angle. Now I'm going to set my posture in upper core differently. I'm going to set it as though I've been in low core, and you'll see immediately when I sit down, my hips go immediately open, my path is going to change. Mid-core is a simultaneous set of my posture, and lower core is sit down, and then add spine angle. All of those are very important in terms of understanding stance width, the matching posture. The biggest breakthrough, one of the biggest breakthroughs we've had though, is understanding how much spine angle to set. As I said, we know that thigh angle is always equal to the carrying angle. And the carrying angle, power angle, as you've seen in so many of our videos, if I go to a lower core number, this is 1, you can see how extreme this is. So this angle, 90 degrees to the ground, when I get set in my posture for a lower core player, that is going to be my ideal thigh angle. So I'm going to sit down, add a little spine tilt, and I want you to notice, I'll do that again, because what I want you to notice is how my hands hang in front. This is only going to be true if you've done plank to play. You can see how they hang exactly the same now. So if I sit down, add a little bit of spine angle, you'll see they still hang the same. You'll see the path. Okay. The other thing you'll notice is if I take this club now and I rotate, I'll have full 90 degrees of rotation. If, on the other hand, I sit down, I add a little more spine tilt, a little more knee flex, you'll notice my hands do not hang the same. What happened just now is that my club face just changed, but not only that, equally important is my ability to rotate diminished. So every player within a core region has an ideal posture that creates maximum rotation and keeps that club face square. This has implications now, obviously, for club length. So I'm going to set that again to show you. And the easy way to test is your ability to rotate and how your hands hang. So for me, this would be my posture Notice that my hands hang the same. I'm in a lower core number. My weight's over the center of my arches, which is where they should be, and my path is going to be true to that line. Not only that, but now when I test, I can see how much rotation I have. It's easy now for me to rotate here. As soon as I drop down a little bit, everything comes back. I can't turn. So if I add a little bit of knee flex, let me grab these cards and show you again how my hands change. So we can change your ability to rotate in club face simply by, I sit down, add spine angle, everything looks good. Sorry about that. Too much relaxation there. Sit down, add spine angle, and you can see how the cards hang the same. Then my path. If you check path, you don't want a big swing, you just want a very gentle swing. Notice my shoulders are not rocking. My arms are just swinging. And you'll see how true that path is when I let you take a look down the line in a moment. So again, my ability to rotate is there, but if I add a little more knee flex, look what just happened to my hands. My spine angle is the same, knee flex is different, and I'm stuck. I'm not going to be able to rotate. What that creates in the golf swing is lifting, folding the left arm. You'll do a lot to get that shoulder turn in, and your shoulders are going to stop in the backswing if your posture is off. Let's take a look at lower core down the line. Now when I get in this setup for low core, what you should see is that my spine angle and thigh angle are identical. And my ability to rotate, let's take a look at what my hands look like. See how well they track down the line? So if I had just a little more spine angle, you can see how they don't track well at all. If I had a little bit more knee flex, they actually go the other way. And from here, I can't rotate. However, from here, I have great rotation. So as a student, working on your posture, independent of a club, this should be a primary consideration after your first lesson with a right balance professional. Once you understand your posture, you should be practicing it independent of anything else. Now let's go to upper core. As you just saw a moment ago, upper core is spine angle. You don't want to stick the butt out as we do this. We're just bend forward. That's going to put you on the balls of your feet. So the correct posture will set your balance beautifully. So I have a little more spine angle than power angle. Again, if I set my cards here, pretty deep, you'll notice that my arms and hands look identical face on, and the path is going to be there. Now, my ability to rotate from here, you'll notice that everything turns back together, but look how easy it is for me to rotate and into my backswing, okay? My center of mass will naturally want to move over the left side, and that feels really very solid right here. So if I add a little more spine angle, which we see a lot with the upper core player, I'm done. This again is where I fold, I lift, I do anything I can to get that shoulder turn. So simply by finding first your posture is the first step toward being able to make a full turn. It is not the last step because your grip will also open and close your hip line. Now I'm going to go to mid-core. So my mid-core setup is everything simultaneous. Okay, and I've done this so many times. Once you find it a few times, it's not hard to find, but you do need to practice. You'll see how the cards hang the same. I have a little bit more spine angle than thigh angle here. And notice how easy it is. I'm much more neutral shoulder plane. Upper core, I'm more here. Lower core, I'm a much more level plane of the shoulders. So, finding your posture, understanding your the matching stance widths. You try to set. If I try to set my posture, if I try to set you saw let's say I'm on an upper core number here, but I think I'm on a mid core. That's my goal. I'm on the golf course. Set everything simultaneously. My hips just open, and you can see simply by how the cards hang. As my hips rotate left, this left hand turns in, this right hand turns out, and I am not going to rotate at all. I'm going to be stuck. I'm going to get an injury. I'm going to put a lot of stress on my back, and there's so much to injury prevention coming out of a good setup. So, once you find it, practice it in your personal core region. So if you're an upper core player, you want to be working on finding that. The next thing you want to do is check your putter length. So we're going to go to putter length now. Let's see how that looks.